thing, which means your diaphragm's coming out. So, I've said this many times. If you want that gut to be coming out, because what that means is that this diaphragm muscle, which is this horizontal muscle, is going down, pushing out your guts. That's why that happens. And so then you do it in combination with breathing. And what you're doing is you're telling your brain that you don't have to be in fight flight mode, fight flight freeze mode, and that's a great way to do it. And so many of you who have seen this a million times know I've got some rules for this. My rules are: you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. But you count when you breathe in or count when you breathe out, whichever one occurs to you to start counting. Just make sure the number is the same. Doesn't matter what the number is. You want the in-breath and the out-breath number to be the same. You want to make sure that diaphragm comes out like that. You want to make sure your back has some freedom. You don't have to sit on a stool or on the floor unless you want to, but as long as you're in a kind of a flat chair, you want to make sure that your legs aren't somehow impeding your ability to do that diaphragmatic release. And most importantly, probably, at least from my perspective, is practice. And practice, just like practicing music, you practice not when you're performing. There's a difference between the two. And that creates possibility for you to be in a place where it does for me. I mean, I practice twice a day, first and last thing every day. And ultimately, all that means is that there's times in my day when I know that all I'm doing is working on this breathing thing, this technique of breathing. And so that at any other time during the day, whether it's trying to get to sleep or trying to get through a difficult conversation or whatever it happens to be, I'm taking up that breathing practice so I can stay in that space that I want to be, which is in the moment that I'm in, and not some place about future of the past or coulda, shoulda, wouldas or all kinds of stuff that just gives me agita. Agita is a non-medical term. I don't know what you know what it means. People used to talk about it all the time. Agita and rheumatiz and but anyways, for me, it's emblematic of a state that I don't want to be in, which is about worry and concern about things that I can't do anything about and stuff that I have no control over. So yeah, so it brings me back to the place where I want to be, which is right here, right now. And so another thought for today, for Back to Basics Sunday, I'm thinking about, a lot of people talk about, traditional values, family values. For me, traditional family values all kind of boil down to respect and basic consideration for the people around me. And so I'm going to be wanting to be walking through my day, thinking about respect for others and consideration for the people around me. And one of the things about respect for me that I find extremely useful also goes back to the not judging others kind of place, not making assumptions about other people. And there's lots of reasons why that's really valuable for me, coming from an experience of working in a variety of different communities and being a shrink and having this, the opportunity to find out from people stuff about their life that they don't generally talk about. And then so once I learn those things, then the whole judgment thing about, looking at a person and judging them and assuming that I know what's better or worse for them kind of goes away, because the perspective grows. And once that perspective grows, at least for me, it's way harder to take up that position of judgment or that I have any idea what's better or worse for anybody other than me. Sometimes I don't even know what's better or worse for me, right? And so at least that's what I mean. Sometimes I don't know what's better or worse for me. And so if I can't know that, then how can I possibly know that for somebody who I'm just seeing for the first time, or perhaps have seen them in the community many times. I still don't know where they're at. That whole you can't judge a person until you walk a mile in their moccasins or in their sneakers or in their footsteps, and ultimately that's impossible to do. So if you can't walk a mile in their footsteps, then that's what you have to do to be able to judge them. Well, the answer to that's pretty straightforward. So yeah, so just respect and caring concern for the people around me, and that's what I consider to be traditional family values. So that's where I'm coming from today. So hope everybody's having a great day. I'll be back on tomorrow, which is Monday, at least where I am. At least that's what I think it is. And we'll see what's going on then. Hope everybody has a great day, and I'll be talking to you then.